death penalty applying there in the status quo, the people are still committing, but some people are still committing crime. We see it, there is no point why we should lift the death penalties and put lifelong imprisonment, and we see no points at all why lifelong imprisonment will be a better deterrent for the people. So before I move on to any of my arguments, I would like to start with some rebuttals. Firstly, when the government sides claim that the governments are kind of being a hypocrite when they are killing people, but they are saying that killing is wrong. But we say in this case, the government is not just randomly killing people, but they are killing that persons because that they see that that persons have already done harm and already broke the social contract. And we already see that the governments now have done. The government can do many things that normal people cannot do for national security. For example, the government allows those policemen and those soldiers to hold guns to protect the citizens and to protect the people in the societies, and they tell people that people cannot hold guns. And also in another case that the government can now put people in the prisons while they say that other normal people cannot confine others. So we say in this case it's also the same case where the governments can apply the death penalties when the government thinks that it's gonna makes the people in the societies feel safe and live happily in the societies. And moving on to my second rebuttal, that the government side claim that this system's judiciary system is not liable, but we see it. The systems that they are using is also the same systems as us, and the thing that they are doing is by principally is also the same with us, which they are also in lifelong imprisonment. They are also taking the freedom out of the people. And if they are saying, so we say that that's a contradiction, because if they say that this judiciary system is unreliable, why are they doing that? So we'd like to question them on that point. And to my third rebuttal on the deterrent, we see they claim and say that with the death penalties, people now, those murderers won't gonna feel regret or won't gonna feel, they don't get a chance to feel don't get any chance to feel bad about what they did. But we'd like to ask them, what's more important? People in the society feel safe, or that the murderers feel sad about what they did. So we say the first one is more important, that the people in the societies feel safe. So we say death penalties is the only way to make those people feel safe and to feel that persons that commit that crime are not in the societies anymore. And to my last rebuttal on the terrorists, that they say, we see the contradictions in that point. They say that the terrorists are not afraid of death penalties, but they are afraid of being captured because when they got a lifelong imprisonment, now they got no freedom. But we say no freedom thingy also apply in our case, because with death penalties they also lose their freedoms, and we say if you're saying that they're afraid of losing their freedom, death penalties is going to be could be a deterrent also. So moving on to my arguments, before I move on to any
How are you going to take responsibility for people who was wrongly executed? You can't bring their life back.
We say with our judiciary system we are already make the list of those errors, and we say even if there are some people getting killed innocently, we say it's worth with the society's feeling safe, and is worth for the national security. So moving on to my arguments. My first arguments that death penalties will work as a best deterrent, and will work as a best deterrent to people. So we say when it comes to a point where serious crimes occur, we say the government duties is firstly to punish the people who act that crime, and secondly to try the best to deter those people to deter other people to not commit that crime. So we say that's a point where the justice systems come. But we say the justice systems come with 2 points. Firstly for a deterrent, and secondly for a revenge. So firstly a deterrent. We say when it comes to a deterrent, those punishment needs to be harsh enough to make that people stop their action, or at least make them think about it first before they're taking action. We say when it comes to a point where the crime is that harsh, the most terrifying deterrent is death penalty. We say that people are afraid of death penalties more than any other deterrent because they don't know what comes after that. And also, if you're talking about people who are afraid of being taking their freedom away, death penalty could be that deterrent too. So we say death penalty is what people are afraid of the most, and they don't want to get it. So we say it's gonna be before they've done such an action, they'll think about it and it will work as a deterrent. And also to the second point about the rewards, we say in the justice system, those punishments have always been made to make those ones who commit that crime get a reward from what they have done. So we say in this case, when they have done a serious crime like killing killing many other people, we say that penalty is the only way for the family of those dead people to feel that they got justice. And to my last argument that death penalties is the only way to make the societies feel safe, and it's even there are some mistakes and some innocents got killed. We say it's work with the national security. We say that the governments have this social contract that they have to protect its people and to make them feel safe. So we say when the crime like murder is it affects the security of the societies. If he or she got in jail, firstly they can break the jail out, or secondly when the punishment got reduced, when the punishment got reduced, those people are brought back to the societies, and we say the people in the societies want them to feel safe, and that's harmful. And so from that, we say that penalty is the best deterrent for the people, and is the only way to gain justice for those dead people.